ahead.
Hey, this is Lucinda and Iris, and this is Let's Talk It Out. Cheers. Whew. So this is part 2 of Who Did I Marry? No, I'm kidding. That's a TikTok. But we had to take a break. So if you've seen the last episode, we were talking about our boys, and they got a little heated and are very emotional because that's our babies. I don't care how old they get. That's our babies.
Right.
But you ended with generational. Is this a generational curse? Is this a sins of the mother and father falling on the children? Right. So what makes you say that? Because both of us and both of their fathers have been in the system.
Right.
But we didn't raise our boys to be in the system, and they weren't even exposed to that type of lifestyle. So.
They wasn't, but did you take him on visits? I took him on visits to visit his dad. So he was, going in there with me. So, and then when he got older.
How old was he going on visits? Like, how old did you take him?
He was 4. He was small, 4, 5 years old, 4, 5, yeah. And then when he got older, of course, we had the conversation about my situation. Of course, I was his father's co-defendant. And I did spend some time in Rosie's, which is the girl Rikers. A few weeks, I want to say 2.5, maybe 3 weeks.
That's too long. That's a day too long.
21 years old. I was 21 years old. I was a teenage mom, so I already had him. And I think for us girls, I think it's different. I think most of us, when we go in and we come out, is like, that's it. That's my eye opener, for some of us. Me, I lost my mom at 15. So for me, it was an eye opener. Like, if I keep going down this path, my son is going to end up in the system. So it was no messing up for me a second time. I had to get my shit together, So like I said, I was his co-defendant. It didn't have nothing to do with me. It was just my ride or die days.
That's another episode. That's another episode.
So, but I was being charged with 2 felonies. And I fought it, thank God. I had a legal aid, but a good legal aid. So I ended up walking away with a misdemeanor and 3 years probation. So I couldn't leave the state of New York for 3 years. And I used to have to go to 161st Street, put my hand in there, and get random drug tests and stuff like that at 21. Embarrassing a girl. But like I said, I just turned my life around. I was like, I had this little boy looking up to me, and I really just got my shit together, basically, you know.
And that's needed. I mean, for me, he wasn't even born yet, but I would have to say he was born into a situation where both parents did federal time. We didn't know each other. We met in the halfway house. I mean, so when you said generational curse, it's like, was it already before birth that his course was already laid out for him?
Right.
Or is the same demons that followed, us, are they also trying to get him to say, listen, this is just a family of...
Right.
Because I want that curse to be broken. I didn't want not one of my children to ever touch, nobody does.
Right.
A jail, a prison.
Right.
And that was the fight. That's why I was so frustrated, because for me, I was the first and the only one in my household as a child who went away. And I think for you, none of your sisters. So it was, being the oldest, we're both the oldest. You're the second mom, whether your siblings like it or not.
Right.
You were the second mom when they couldn't defend themselves. But I didn't want him to have to deal with the system at all.
Right.
And
me too. We're both strict moms.
Yep, both strict moms.
And I just feel like, I don't know. I don't know how we got here.
Did you say, what did I do wron?
Right.
You said that to yourself?
I said that too. I did. I'm like, what did I do wrong? Did I give him too much? Did I let him, bury himself in video games? Did I not pay more attention to him? And I was strict, so it's like, I never dropped him off, like, from house to household. Like, my son don't know what it is to spend the night, you know. I was a strict mom. I didn't let him spend the night. And because only you and your mom was allowed to take him, and he really spent a lot of time with you. And then my little ones spend more time with you and my sisters now, of course, but I'm still a strict mom. Like, I don't let my kids do sleepovers and stuff like that, because it's just a weird world now. And right now they touching boys. It's not even only girls no more. So it's weird, you know. And so I just feel like I don't think it had anything to do with us. I think, like you said, maybe they did have, they both have situations where their fathers were in and out of their life. Let's just keep it real and say what it is, you know. And it's hard for you to raise.
She had to give y'all the bestie talk right there.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, we did the best we can. At the end of the day, we can show them compassion. We could show them how to love. We could show them how to cook. We could show them how to clean, but we cannot show them how to be a man. And that's what it is. And we did our best. We put them in private school. I remember days where I couldn't even afford to buy lunch at work. I would bring a peanut butter and jelly sandwich to work just to be able to make that tuition.
Come on, yes.
Because I didn't want him getting bullied and picked on and jumped in school. I wanted him in private school, you know? So we made sacrifices and we did our part, you know? And I think, it's easier said than done. I think we need to, be a little easier on ourselves, you know?
Yeah.
But like you said, I mean, I'm not glad we're going through this. I'm glad I'm going through it with my sister.
Yes.
Like, you know, because sometimes I break down, I have a bad week, then the next week I be good, you break down, you have a bad week.
Yep.
And, it's just good to have that support system because, like I said, we also have other friends that have adult children and they're not going through this. And I don't think, not that I'm saying that it's wrong, but they will never feel what we feeling.
No.
They could be there to support us and they have been. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
We love you long time. But, it's just, a little bit more comfortable knowing that we have the same fears and we have, the same stories and we could be able to lean on each other. So, through
Cheers
this process.
Right? Cheers to that. Because I can't even lie. I felt like, and this is my feelings, because not having your child and having your child taken away, we're grieving.
Right.
And this is fresh.
Right.
We're grieving. So we're sitting here and we're having a good day today.
Right.
But last night, you don't know if we was crying and begging God. I mean, I felt like I've tried every single thing. And it's easier said than done when they say, well, just let go and let God, or trust God through the process. He's got it. When you don't hear from your child, and I guess that's how God feels, right? I haven't heard from you. Are you okay? Right? When you don't hear from your child, when you know that they are in a position in the enemy's camp where they can be attacked at any moment, not fed, not taken care of, it's hard. It took me a long time to understand let go and let God. Honestly, 2 years for me to realize this. After his sentencing, I felt like, God, why would you... I took it personal. Why would you do this to me? I try my best to help everybody. Like, I'm there. I take people, I'm in the prisons talking to people. Like, why would you take my son? Like, he couldn't get a pass. I know about 10, 15 people right now. I could give you a list, God, that can, take it up top. Why you going, why are you going to take my baby? Why does there's no other way to teach him this lesson? And that's just my truth. I felt like, why would you, there's so many people who's doing really bad things to people. Who's really evil at heart. Who's, and so why would you take my son?
That's how I feel.
And, it's, oh, well, be happy he's alive. And this, I was upset. I was confused. I said, where did we go wrong? Did I have too many wines? Did I, was I listening to, what did I do wrong that you couldn't give him the grace and another lesson? So it wouldn't have been fine for him to have probation or a diversion program or a reform program. Like, he had to go away and hear that sentence that his time is being taken away from him. He had a lot that he went through.
Right. Right.
You know, it's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot he went through. And these boys still call us with their spirits up. And I think that's what alarmed you when he called you and said, Ma, and you heard it different in his voice.
Right.
Because you know when he's frustrated, you know when he's throwing a tantrum or
Right.
fitting there.
Right.
You know, because our boys is privileged. They like,
Right.
I didn't get any
Right.
extra bread and
Right.
I need a pillow. And well, boy,
Right.
this ain't club fit, sandals.
Right. Right.
You're not at the
Not the
resort.
Hyatt.
Right. This right here is
Right.
real jail. But I just was so mad. Because I said I prayed and I prayed and I hoped and I sold and I fasted and I thought and I did good deeds and I,
Right.
God, are you hearing me?
Right. Right.
And we not worthy for your grace and mercy.
Right.
And I just, now I got to the point to feel like this is not a curse on you.
Right.
But I'm still trying to understand to this day.
Right.
Why?
Right. And like I told you when I had my breakdown last week, I was like, what did I do so bad? Like, what did I do so bad? Like, I got on my knees after I got that phone call and I'm like, just take me. Mm-hmm. Like, I already lived my life. Like, just leave my kids alone. Leave my babies alone. Like, that's how emotional I was. And I don't even talk like that. Mm-hmm. I never talked that way.
Yeah.
And it's the beginning for us. They both just got sentenced.
Yep.
So, what? Yours in January, mine's in March. And it's like, this is new to us, and this is just the beginning.
This is just the beginning.
This is going to be a roller coaster, and it's going to be a long ride. It is.
That's why we're talking it out now.
Right.
Right. And being vulnerable, because I took several breaths. I talked to my son. I talked to him today, and he was like, "Nah, Ma, talk about it. Talk about it. It's okay."
You the blessing.
He was like, "Talk about it, because there's another mother out there, another father, even another son who's out there who may change a decision they make."
That's right.
And be very careful about the circle you have around you.
Right.
Be very careful the places you go.
Right.
Your affiliations alone. And none of our boys, they're not affiliated.
Right.
With the street life.
No. Absolutely not.
They're affiliated with the, having a good life and being well taken care of.
Right.
And I know some people may be watching us like, well, don't feel bad, don't feel guilty, and thanks for that. But it's a feeling I don't wish on any mother. And no one will understand it. And anyone who, for me, if anyone, because we both have people in our lives.
Right.
Who still want to give us a hard time. You don't understand everything I'm going through. I know people go through stuff, but you still have the nerve and the audacity to overlook the fact. It feels like my son is gone.
Yeah.
Thank God not dead. It feels like he's gone.
A piece of our heart is gone. That part.
So you have the audacity to have an attitude, have a fit, go into your narcissist modes. You have the audacity. We're still connected.
Right.
From the womb.
Right.
No man will ever understand it. No other mother would never understand it. We both are going through pain.
Right.
Because we understand, but they were connected to our heartbeat in our bodies.
Our first kids, the ones that taught us how to be moms. That part. And like I said, right now is like my peace is my number one. Mm-hmm. Any bad energy, you have to go.
Come on.
Friend, family, or foe, period. You got to go. Because I just can't. My focus is on making sure I get my son home safe. However that's gonna look down the road, and make sure my little one don't grow up with issues because he's missing out. Having his brother there playing basketball with him, getting in the pool with him when I do open it up in the summertime, and it's just their rooms is next to each other, and it's gonna be a void for him, a void. And it's like now it's like I have to make sure he's mentally stable. I might need to put him in therapy.
Right.
Because for him to cope and not grow up and hate the system that did his brother wrong, you know, and stuff like that. But, you know, it's going to be a long journey.
It is.
You know, and, you know, I'm blessed that, not happy that we're going through it together, but I'm blessed that I have someone that understands, you know, like you said, other people might not understand, and, you know, they don't know no better. I'm not going to hold it against them in the circle, but at the end of the day, like you said, these are our babies. These are our boys that we breastfed. These are boys that we had C-sections. That's major surgery.
Come on.
You know, these are boys that, you know, that we
put in football
and still live with us to this day.
Yep.
They rooms is empty. We pass them. We see their stuff. You know, I have his cell phone. It's still connected.
Mine too.
I don't even want to turn it off.
Me neither.
And it's like, you know, is you know, is a lot. It's a lot.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
And like you said, they are trying to be strong for us, and we trying to be strong for them when they call, because we don't want to worry them. But it's hard. Like, my birthday's tomorrow. This is the first time, you know, I'm a birthday bridezilla.
Yes, you are.
This is the first year that I'm like, whatever.
Yep.
Because my baby's not here. And then, you know, his brother's birthday is a week from mine, and then his birthday is a week from his brother's. So we're all back to back. So, you know, and yours is at the end of the month. Yeah. So, you know, it's a lot. It's a lot to...
The whole family, you know, his sister, you know, she's in college. She's struggling. She's trying to keep up. And I think her drive now is, my brother wanted to graduate. He was supposed to graduate this May, top of his class, and he's going to graduate school, you know, and he's accepted in schools in Houston. That's what he wanted to go to, Houston, Texas. And so... Right. It's so serious. I'm like, I'm going with you, right? I told him, I'm like, I'm out of here. You know, I'm going with him. Right. And you may say, oh, well, let these boys go. Right. But we didn't raise them to be like that. Like, we're not a bother to our boys. And yeah, they have their life. And at the end of the day, we have to live our life because they're going to move on. But here's the thing. Right. As a girlfriend, when I was young, I was there to go see my boo. Right. As an older person, when I got my man, I was taking those 2-hour drives just to get a little... Right. I'm doing the most. Right. Washing his clothes, doing all wifely duties, and I'm still just a, you know... Right. I think this may work type of situation. Right. What more do you expect for me to do for my son? Right. So when people question, oh, well, you know, you just have to... Listen... I did the most for everybody else. Right. Every man. Right. We fall in love, we doing the absolute most. Oh, girl, I know. That's a whole nother topic. That's next. Stay tuned. But we doing the complete most. Driving, gas, doing the cooking meals, buying stuff, doing the most. So if I have to buy packages and put something on a JPay and get in yes, it's expensive, but that's my son. Right. Right. That's my son. Right. And as long as I have breath, he's still going to be my baby. And he is always going to be priority. Right. All of my children, all of our babies, they're going to be, he's my priority. All my children are my priority. But I watch his sister, her different drive in school. She's fighting to do right so she can, this is what my brother wants me to do. And he encourages her, even from prison. Right. Do the right thing. But he encouraged her even before then. But even now, she's listening now. Right. Because we're all doing the time. My youngest, I just got him in therapy. Right. I told you I'll share his therapist. Let's see how a couple of sessions go first. Right. We'll see if it's worth it. Yeah, before we switch. But, you know, just for him to open up, because we have boys, our babies, both are the same, right? Same age difference as our. Right. But big ones. They're very quiet and internal, but they're trying to be strong for us. How you young, preteen, teen, holding it for mom, and we trying to make it seem like everything's all right. Hey, guess what? So-and-so called, your brother called. We're inside, we're dying. Or, no, I didn't hear from your brother yet, but, or go downstairs, you know, so we can have conversations. Like I told you, when I took my little one to his first soccer game last weekend, the weekend before, it was the weekend before. You know, my big one used to love A Boogie. And he put my little one onto it. And I swear, we're driving to the game, and
my little one's like, Mom, the coach. He's like on the highway next to us. And I'm like, oh, good. I'm not even paying attention to the waves no more. I'm just going to follow the coach.
Right.
Because I've never been to that park. And he's like, put on A Boogie. So we're listening to A Boogie.
Oh.
And a song came on, no lie, that my big one used to sing word to word. And I broke down, like out of nowhere. I couldn't stop crying. Like the tears just kept coming down my eyes. And then my little one is like, Mom, what's wrong? I said the eyelash. It got in Mommy's eye, and I'm trying to take it. He's like, you want to pull over? Pull over, Mommy, and take it off. And I'm like, no, I'm okay. And I'm like trying to think of other things so I could stop crying, but it just came out of nowhere because I remember every time he would clean his room, he would just blast it. And and I would be annoyed sometimes. And you know, my Puerto Rican Aries, whatever you want to call this stuff, you know. And I'm like, can you lower that shit? And you know, and then he'd be like, Mom, it's not even that loud. I'm like, it's like 8:00 in the morning, like on a Sunday, honey.
So, like, you had him doing the Spanish mommy clean.
Right.
Everybody up.
Everybody up. Right. And then I'm like, I'm my mom, because my mom used to do it, but with salsa in the morning.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? On the weekends. It was like, we don't care. You know about school. You getting up at 8:00 in the morning.
To clean up, yes, I know.
But, I just broke down. So it's just like things like that. And I'm like, Jesus, this is the beginning, you know? And then, but yeah, it's a lot. So I try to hide it from him as much as I can, but it's so much hiding we're going to be able to do. And that's why I said I think it's, you know, it's a good idea that you got him in there and see how it works out, and I could get him in there as well. But yeah,
I think we need therapy too.
I'm all for it. I think so too.
Yeah. So if you know of a therapist who's good,
right?
Let us know.
The CT area.
Yeah. We want someone on the sliding scale. Okay, we've got a lot of packages being out, so we. Right. Well, you got good insurance, okay? Right. 6-figure mama over here.
But still, them co-payments be co-payments, okay, honey? Like, so, but no, seriously, like, old jokes aside, you know, if you moms out there are going through something that we're going through, or, you know, and just don't feel like you're alone. There's a lot of us out here that's not comfortable to speak about it or embarrassed to speak about it. It's nothing to be embarrassed of. We was amazing moms. We was not, you know, no shade to anyone, but we was not stripping on poles. We was not dropping them off as bad habits, running to the clubs. We was not doing drugs. You know, we was not running the streets. We was being moms at home, and we did the best with what we had at the time. And, you know, and this is life, and this is how it was written for us. And we just have to be strong and get through it, you know, with the mercy of God. Will be in our village as well. But I'm excited. I'm excited that we're able to have these conversations and share our stories and share our experiences with you guys to motivate you, or, you know, give you courage and, you know, support. You know, even telling you that things that we go through, and let you know that you're not alone. You know, you're not alone. Lucinda's having an event coming up on June 2nd. And if you want to come out and you want to share your story and you're going through the same thing, you know.
And it's free.
Yeah, she will give you the information. So you want to share the information with them?
Yes, so they can go to our Instagram page.
Right.
Let's talk it out. And we'll have
the flyer will be on there.
Yeah, and we'll have the link in our bio so you can check it out or see what's happening next with us, and just follow us on YouTube and subscribe and tag a mom in here who's going through something and not quite sure if she's crazy or did she do something wrong, or you're an amazing mom.
Right.
The kids' decisions are their decisions, but it still doesn't erase how you feel as a mother for your child. No matter how frustrated you are, whether your kid was in the street or not, that's still your child. And so we get it. We're here. I don't think I've heard anybody talk about this. There's a lot of conversations on TikTok and all this other stuff, but we're here to talk about it. So thanks for tuning in.
Right. And we see you next time. Bye.